Hello and welcome back to Be Yoga. My name is Elizabeth and I'm so glad you've joined. Today's video is from a live class. It's a Friday night here in Pittsburgh and we're doing some yoga to some boombox beats down by the river. So you can look in the description below for a Spotify link to join us by listening to that music. Hop into something comfy, grab your mat, or just use the floor beneath you. And let's get started. All right. Starting here, take your first big inhale, let your rib cage expand. And as you exhale, feel your spine melt into the mat. Finding deep breaths as we begin. Really let your rib cage expand. And let your spine press into the mat. On your next inhale, lengthen your legs and reach your arms behind your head. Exhale, finding a comfortable spot in this posture. But then inhale again and reach your fingers and your toes in opposition, really stretching through your entire body. Feeling that Friday night stretch, and then as you exhale, can your arms go heavy, your feet go heavy. You can leave your arms here, or you can bring your hands closer to your head, bending at the elbows, finding a comfortable posture right here. Tonight, we're just gonna let go and be right here for the next 30 minutes. So on your next inhale, gather up this whole week, maybe what you have on your to-do list for the weekend, and exhale. Let it go in the water, let it go beside you. So we're gonna be going through a few flows together. As we flow, we'll just be tuning into our bodies, making this intuitive, making it fun, making it dancey, making it non-resistant. So play and have fun and dance with it and continue to breathe. Yeehaw. Now bring your feet back onto your mat, planting them in front of you. And if you don't already, you can put your hands behind your head or press your palms into the mat beside you and take a deep inhale, let your rib cage expand. And as you exhale this time, can you just slightly tuck your pelvis, tilting and knitting your rib cage together, engaging your transverse abdominals. Take another inhale, lift your lower back up and off the mat, just making it a little bit more dramatic, and then exhale. Can you engage that transverse abdominis? One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, knit your rib cage together, feeling your abs turn on. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, roll up into a seated position. Bring your whole body up, finding a nice comfortable seat, and we're gonna start with just some gentle cat-cows. So taking a deep inhale, open the chest, roll the shoulders back, tilt the tailbone, inhale for cow, and then exhale, round the spine, finding cat. You can keep going at your own breath pace, making this intuitive, just warming up our spine. And then when you're ready, meet in tabletop. So coming up over your knees and pressing your palms into the mat, finding your knees underneath your hips, palms under your shoulders. And take another inhale here, feel your ribcage expand now. And as you exhale, can you knit your ribcage back together, engage your abdominals again in this position. Inhale again. And then as you exhale, feel your shoulder blades come down your back, pressing into your palms, engaging your abdominals. Just turning on our abs for all the flowing we're going to be doing. This will protect our low backs. And then when you're ready, reach your fingertips out for puppy pose. So in puppy pose, it's like a modified downward dog. Reaching forward, your chin or your forehead may come down to the mat with your tailbone reaching up to the sky. And from puppy pose, we're gonna start our first flow. So take a nice deep inhale and exhale. As you exhale, bring your fingertips back towards your knees and come into a hero's pose. Then we're gonna inhale, come up high on our knees, bring our arms to the sky, and then exhale, hands to prayer. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips out, but keep your hips back. And then exhale, roll like a wave over top of your hands, staying in this modified, almost push-up position. And then you're gonna come down onto your mat, touching your chest and your chin. Press your palms in beside you. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come back down to your mat. And then push up and back into your puppy pose. And that's our flow, so we'll do that together. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale one more time. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back towards your knees, coming into your hero's pose. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach your hands out, weight back, and then like a wave, roll into your modified plank. And then chaturanga, bring your elbows in as you touch your chest to your mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, come back down to your mat. And then press back into a puppy pose. Finding this at the flow of your breath, we'll do this twice more. Taking a deep inhale here. And then when you're ready, exhale, coming back into your hero pose. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, hands to prayer. And then reach your arms out in front of you and rolling like a wave through your spine, finding that modified plank. Taking your modified push-up all the way down. Inhaling for cobra. Exhaling to come back down to your mat. And pushing back into your puppy pose. One last time, feel free to add any intuitive movements, taking extra breaths where it feels good. And then we're gonna meet back in puppy pose. And when you're ready, press your palms into the mat, and we're gonna tuck our toes, lift our hips, and come into a downward facing dog. Taking our first down dog here, pedal out the feet. You can sway your hips. Turning on the back of our thighs, warming everything up. We're gonna take our next flow together into this fun upbeat song. Feel free to take it as fast or as slow as you'd like. So in down dog, we're gonna lift our right leg to the sky and exhale, drop your knee and open your leg, open your hip to three-legged dog. Take an inhale again, lengthen your leg back to the sky, and then exhale, knee to nose. Step through for low lunge. From here, you're gonna plant your left palm and lift your right for twisted low lunge. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale. And then when you're ready, plant the palm. Taking an inhale and then exhale, bring that leg back up to the sky and then putting the foot down, back for downward dog. And we'll do that on the left side. So when you're ready, inhale, lift that leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, the three-legged dog. Lengthen your leg and then exhale, knee to nose, really feeling that crunch and step through to your low lunge. Planting the right palm this time, lift the left, your twisted lunge. And planting your left hand back down. In one move, lift your left leg back to the sky and then plant your left toes down for downward dog. And that's our whole flow. So when you're ready, feel free to take it on your own breath pace or I'll cue us through it one more time. So lift your leg, bend open, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, step through, low lunge. Opening for a twist. Press back into your downward facing dog with your leg lifted high, lengthening, and dropping that leg down. Repeating left side. And when you're ready, meet back in downward facing dog. And we'll take one sun salutation or ends because it's just such a nice little sunset we got going on. So when you're ready, press into your palms. You can step, jump, or hop to the front of your mat. Go forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward bend. Inhale, root to rise, roll through each vertebrae to stand. Inhale, bring the arms up to the sky. And exhale, swan dive, back down to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, release. We're taking just a modified sun south, so just roll through each vertebrae of the spine to stand one more time. Inhale, bring the arms back to the sky, and this time, bring your hands down to prayer, right in front of your chest, and sit your hips back. If you can be touching together or underneath your hips for chair. Finding that tilt of our pelvis again, finding our abdominals engaged. You can leave your hands here or bring them up by your shoulders, or up by your ears, sorry. Staying here, letting our quads turn on, our glutes. And then begin to shift your weight into your right foot. Start to peel your left foot up and step back into a high lunge. Finding your chest open. And then take a deep inhale, lift your arms up as high as you can to the sky. And on your exhale, rotate the heel down, windmill the arms to your warrior two. Remember to breathe. Oh, this breeze feels so good. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, come into extended side angle. Elbow can rest on your knee, or you can take your hand all the way down to your foot. Whatever feels good. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, come back into your reverse warrior. Inhale, come back into two. And then lifting your right toes, come into toes. Bring your hips with you. And then bring your hands into, or your arms into goalpost arms and move your heels in. Toes come out for goddess pose. From here in goddess, we're gonna take eagle arms. So bring your right arm underneath your left. Back to the hands to touch, or your fingertips can find your palm. And sink deeper into your goddess. And then feel free to dance it out here. What feels good in your hips and your knees. inhale. And then when you're ready, extend back to star pose, lifting up, stretching towards the sky, and then towards the back of your mat, shift your weight for Skandasana, or Rainbow Warrior. Feel that inner thigh turn on. You know I had to do a Rainbow Warrior. This is so colorful. Take one more inhale here, and then as you exhale, windmill the arms, come back down into your low lunge, pressing your palms, and step back into high plank. We'll take a vinyasa. So you can do knees, chest, chin, or come into your upward facing dog. I'm taking a cobra variation, and then press back into your downward facing dog. And shake it out here. And then when you're ready, we'll start left. So step, hop, or jump to the front of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll through each vertebrae of the spine to stand. Find your palms together at the top and coming down into prayer. Again, sitting back into your heels for chair pose. Can you sit farther back into your chair pose, really pressing into your heels? Could you maybe lift your toes, see where your weight is? And then when you're ready, shift your weight into your left foot this time, beginning to peel your right foot up and step back into your high lunge. Hands can stay at heart center. They can come up by your ears. Take a nice big inhale, let your rib cage expand, reach your arms up to the sky, and then exhale, pivot and windmill. Opening to your warrior two. I'm so happy it's Friday and it's summer. Take a deep inhale, reverse your warrior, and then exhale, extended side angle. You may feel like your inner thighs are so far apart from each other right now, but could you feel as though you were pressing them in together? Really turning them on and engaging them in this pose. Finding the awareness of where your gaze is at, where your heart's at, where your head's at. Coming back to your breath. And then on your next inhale, reach back into your reverse warrior and coming back into warrior two. Take a deep inhale, come up and extend to star pose. And then turning your heels in, toes out, come down into your goddess. This time, we're gonna take eagle arms, left comes underneath the right. Can you find your hands clasped? Feel free to sway here and move, because it's Friday. Staying connected to your breath, letting everything else go. Drop your and sink your hips just a little bit lower, a little bit deeper, and then inhale, bring up to start again. Exhale, back into your Skandasana. Take one inhale here, exhale, can you go a little bit lower? And then inhale, windmill the arms into your low lunge. Taking that left foot back to meet your right, staying in your plank. Again, take your vinyasa, or you can follow me, bending at the arms, dropping your knees, chest and chin, inhaling for cobra. Exhaling, pressing back into your downward dog. Stay here for one deep inhale. Can you press back, engaging the upper spine, pressing into the palms. And find your head drop. Can you shake your head yes and no? Relaxing. Knowing that we're going to move with non-resistance, like the river. Have to make it a little cheesy at least. And then when you're ready, walk your feet up to your hands, and we're going to sit back onto our bums, coming down onto our back. We only have 2 asanas left together. So extending your legs out in front of you. Grab your right leg first, bring your knee into your chest. And then if it's in your adventure, take a Supta Matsyendrasana or push your knee over your center line with the palm of your left hand and open your right arm. Turn your gaze towards your right fingertips. Let your inhale and your exhale melt you deeper into the mat as you roll that shoulder blade down. Let the breeze empty your mind and center your heart. And then when you're ready, bring your knee back to your chest and lengthen that leg long. And we'll repeat on the left. So bringing the left knee to the chest, crossing the center line and opening, twisting. Then when you're ready, bring that knee back to your chest and lengthen your leg in front of you. Our last pose together is Happy Baby, or take any intuitive movements, any last postures you'd like. You can find your hands on the insides or outsides of your feet, bring your knees into your armpits and rocking back and forth. When you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, curling into a ball. Taking one last big inhale, and then as you exhale, lengthen, release into your Savasana. For our final resting pose, extend your legs long, let your feet go heavy. Let your arms go heavy by your side. Your palms can be facing the sky or pressed into the mat. You may even like to take your arms above your head again. But let this time be just for you. So as you lay here, continue to draw back to your breath, centering your mind, your heart, your body back in with your inhales and your exhales. And in the spirit of being by the river, of ending the summer season, of moving into a new season, I'm going to share a blessing from the book To Bless the Space Between Us by John O'Donohue. He writes in The Blessing for Beauty, as the ocean dreams to the joy of dance, may the grace of change bring you elegance. I'll read it again and let the imagery just dance in your head. As the ocean dreams to the joy of dance, may the grace of change bring you elegance. Today I brought spearmint oil. I'm going to come around with just a little bit of oil. You'll take a deep inhale, and then I'll have a light touch to your temples. If you're not comfortable with this, or if you'd rather not tonight, feel free to cross your arms on your chest. But if you are open to it, feel free to stay just as you are. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, begin to flutter your eyelashes, wiggling your toes and your fingers, just slowly moving the blood back to your extremities. Taking a nice deep inhale, you can roll to one side. And take one full breath cycle here before pressing your top arm into the mat and coming into a seated position. You can stay here with your hands in your lap. Your arms can be extended over your knees. They can come into prayer at your heart center, keeping your eyes heavy or a soft gaze. And before we end class, I will share my blessing this time. After this long summer, or maybe it was short for you, may you feel refreshed. May you come alive in this next season. May your tide be non-resistance, the grace of change, and the joy of dance. Taking a deep inhale, you can bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead. And together, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Great job.
Let's stop the, yeah.